Hello everyone, today is the 5th episode of BFB Murderer's Mystery. That means today you will be able to vote on one of the currently alive characters on this show, saying who you think the murderer is. Instead of the objects voting, it will be you, the audience. Anyway, the day began and plenty of them were starting to get ideas. Today we're going to be going over to Better Name, the one who had recently lost Robot Flower due to yesterday. Hey, golf ball, said Tennis Ball. We might want to check a security room, because I see cameras all over the place. I don't know what they're for, or even if they're online, but they are around. Maybe that new host knows something about these. They're everywhere, absolutely everywhere. That is odd, said Golf Ball. I hadn't noticed those before. Thank you for telling me, Tennis Ball. But yes, if there are security cameras all over the place, then there must be a security room. If we're able to get into the security room and figure out the information, we might be able to catch the murderer in their actions. That way, we can get rid of the murderer quickly. Yeah, said Tennis Ball. We should probably ask the host where that would be. So they walked over to Davy Doe, who was simply casually standing outside of the main rooms. Davy Doe, said Golf Ball, is there a security room around here? Davy Doe looked at them and said, yes, but the doors are only open during lunchtime. Every other time, the doors are either locked or the door isn't even visible to the untrained eye. Do you know where it is? Asked Golf Ball. Of course I do, said Davy Doe. I'm the one that owns this place, remember? But I'm not telling you where it is. That would make the game a bit too easy for the voters. Voters? Said Golf Ball, surprised. I thought we were the one voting. Not today, you aren't, said Davy Doe. The voters are a group of human beings that are outside of this entire containment. They've been able to see most of what's been going on using the security cameras. They have some ideas of what are going on and a whole lot more than you objects do because of the security cameras. Iance overheard Golf Ball talking with Tennis Ball. There are security cameras that lead to a security room, said Pencil. I had no clue. Bubble 2 looked around and saw them. Essentially, the whole group was now looking for him. I hate this, said Fanny. We didn't realize these were around here until now. We could have gotten rid of the murderer. Yes, but didn't you listen to their conversation? Said Bubble. Davy Doe says the doors are only open during lunchtime. And besides, she won't tell anyone, at least I'm assuming so, anyone where it is. Aw, said Lightning. We probably could have asked. Yeah, said Bubble. Some time passed and it was now close to lunchtime, which meant the door to the security room was about to open. Golf Ball and Tennis Ball had been looking around and seeing where it could be. Well, the murderer was on the loose, wielding a weapon. Golf Ball, we've looked over this direction around 5 times, 6 times already, said Tennis Ball as they were walking around. I know, but it has to be around here somewhere. Golf Ball, maybe we should just give up, said Tennis Ball. Lunchtime isn't too long. It's only an hour. Which means if the doors close as soon as lunch is over, then we would have completely wasted the day. I am not going to give up, said Golf Ball, continuing to walk around the area. Tennis Ball sighed. Just then, they had actually found the dang door. Finally, said Golf Ball. I guess searching around 7 times around the entire area is worth it. Apparently the door was only visible within 5 minutes of it being locked and unlocked. But then the weapon wielder threw the weapon, cutting right into Golf Ball, splitting them in half. Ah! Yelled Tennis Ball, running right away to everyone else. Golf Ball's just been killed! Yelled Tennis Ball. What? Said Pencil, as well was arriving back after checking something. Apparently Bubble had missed something. She was recording things about the murderers. She even had a notebook of it, though none of the characters could understand it. They thought they thought her handwriting was awful. Why was that so hard to say? She had just written something about the previous murder, day 4, noting that the bucket had no fingerprints, nor did it have any footprints either, or mouth prints or anything of the such. We need to go check, said Fanny. Everyone, Golf Ball's just been killed. The only people that didn't follow were Winner and 4. 4 was still upset about X dying. And besides, it was pretty gruesome. I believe I have a picture of it. Yep, this is what I drew for it. That's dead X. And this is 4 and 2 finding out about it. Yeah. It was a pretty gruesome death. I don't think you'd like to see it if it were realistic. Anyway, everyone else arrived at the area. The weapon was gone, the axe. And Tennis Ball looked around frantically for the weapon. Then, Lightning noted this. If the murderer had a large weapon like the axe you said they used, then they must have been either super fast or super strong to move a weapon that big and that heavy away that fast. And Golf Ball had been running as fast as they could. And because of how long the hallway was, that took Golf Ball around 10 minutes. And Golf Ball was not Golf Ball. Why do I keep saying Golf Ball? Tennis Ball was completely winded and took a few minutes to tell everyone that Golf Ball had died. While the other characters that were walking around were incredibly slow. And if they had walked the distance, it would have taken them 30 minutes. Not to mention, if they were carrying a weapon of that size, would have taken them even longer. though a few contestants weren't around and were just now arriving to the scene of the murder. TV was incredibly slow, mainly being a robot, mainly. And so was her body, who had to get moved using Balloony and Rocky, who would have been helping him. Because, you know, he can't move on his own. Most of the characters that had arrived later in points were more heavier characters, in turn making them slower. While lighter characters were one of the first to arrive. This is awful, said Grassy. I don't think I did Grassy's voice right. Oh well. Golf Ball's dead. Something that was very obvious. Oh, said Bottle, who had been completely oblivious the entire time. After checking what was going on, everybody noted that whoever had done it had very good accuracy as well. His golf ball was very literally slid directly in between. Something that, if it were a weaker character, would have definitely been painful. And most likely an immediate death, similar to how Golf Ball immediately died. And if the character was stronger, such as being the same strength as one of the robot characters, it probably would have been a painful death, and everyone would have been noted. And whatever the weapon was, according to Tennis Ball, it was an axe. Not just any kind of battle axe. It must have been incredibly hard to throw in the first place. According to Tennis Ball, it was a large weapon. And the weapon appeared to be made of either steel or iron, two fairly heavy items. Though it was about time they got out of that area. But when they returned, they noted that some of the characters had already returned. Those characters were characters such as Bubble, Balloony, and some of the other lighter characters. As well as the flyers, such as Puffball and Lightning. They were the fastest out of everyone. Also, Leafy was there. Forgot to mention that. Plenty of the grass characters, or nature characters, if you want to call them that, were much, much faster as well. Anyway, then everyone was brought to the voting room. But not because Davidel had brought them there this time, but on their own, since they were kind of used to it by now. But the doors of the voting room were closed. Why are the doors closed? Asked Lightning. Davidel was in front of them and said, "This time you guys aren't the ones voting. It will be the voters this time. Anyway, voters, it's time for you to vote someone who you think the murderer is. You will have a whole month to do so. Here's the list of characters that have already died, whether because they were believed murderer or they were killed by the murderer. If you can't see them very well, I will list them off. X, Match, Snowball, Pen, Book, Ruby, Robot Flower, Fiery, and Golf Ball. Every single one of them is dead, so everyone else you can vote for. Anyway, I'll be seeing you when you vote. See you in the next one. And, oh wait, I completely forgot about this. Cha-ja!